From SML being on the news, to literal PDF files working for SML, there are a lot of crazy things that go on behind the scenes. So today, we're gonna talk about all of that and so much more, starting with Zeke, who was one of the 7 cast members who got fired from SML. Zeke was one of the first SML cast members, being hired at the very beginning of the Super Mario Logan channel back in 2008, which would lead to SML's first successful series, Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures, which brought Logan from an unknown YouTuber with 500 subscribers to having over 100,000 subscribers and a loyal fan base that would watch every video. But things weren't gonna be good for long, because in 2009, Zeke unfortunately had to move across the country to Colorado, causing his last video he would appear in to be the season finale for Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures. Zeke didn't leave with any problems this time, but it was his return in 2017 that would cement him as one of the most controversial SML cast members of all time. You see, the reason that Logan wanted to bring Zeke back after almost 10 years of not appearing in videos was because he was working on the long-awaited Super Mario Logan movie, where he promised fans an hour-long feature-length film SML video where all sorts of new and old characters would come together, specifically mentioning the return of one character played by Zeke that was treated like a god among old fans, Mama Luigi.
I talked to Logan. I said, hey, I have an idea. I think I'm going to be quitting my job. Can you make this work where I can show up once a month as like a kind of part-time cast member? I could be there once a month, and that will be my main source of income. That's what I thought. And I talked to Logan about it, and he said it was fine.
Things were really looking up for Zeke, as he was about to go from his job working at a grocery store to potentially being a part-time actor for the SML channel. But things weren't gonna be good for long though, because after filming parts of the SML movie and a remake of a classic SML video called Toad's Mistake, Logan would never invite him back.
And I don't think I'm going to be ever part of SML again, just because of the fact we haven't talked since June. And this is not a cry for help. This is not me trying to tell everyone, rally the troops, saying, hey, get me in contact with Logan. No, I've moved on. Sometimes you just gotta close that the previous chapter and move on with your life.
As much as Zeke didn't want to admit it, Logan not inviting him back really tipped him over the edge. So on June 30th, 2018, Zeke went to go on a podcast with a very notorious member of the SML community, WH Dude, who was basically the final boss of unemployed SML fans. Anyways, on this podcast, Zeke would go on to leak the entire plot of the SML movie and information about the SML crew's lives that they would probably rather keep private.
So he basically told me that Nancy wanted to steal Jeffy back. Lavelle smokes weed.
Wow.
Same as another cast member,
Pablo.
But Zeke wasn't the only cast member to get on Logan's bad side. Back in 2021, Logan posted a vlog called Pablo's Cousin Came to Film With Us, which would introduce a new member to the SML crew named Rachel DeLuca, but she would only appear in 2 videos, voicing a new character at the time named Penelope. But a couple of months later, she disappeared from videos and Elena started voicing her character. So what actually happened to Rachel? Well, on January 7th, 2025, Logan posted this to his Instagram story, meaning that Logan must have been in some sort of a relationship with Rachel all the way from the middle of 2021 to 2025. But on January 8th, Rachel ended up posting this to her story. I have nothing to do with SML. I'm literally single, so if you're here for that, you're in the wrong place. And then to really cement the fact that she was out of Logan's life, she said, I have a new number now. If you need it, let me know. It seems like Rachel has cut her ties with SML and Logan altogether, which is especially apparent from seeing their Facebook statuses change, showing that this breakup was probably mutual. But another SML cast member who had a similar fallout was Rebecca, who, just like Rachel, disappeared after being in only 2 videos. Rebecca is a stripper that Logan met in Vegas in 2019, and after Logan took a liking to her personality, she started filming with him, with her debut episode being SML movie The Maid. But then, she disappeared only a couple of months later, and since then has never returned. But what was the reason for her disappearance? Well, it turns out that the main reason she was hired was actually for Logan Logan's girlfriend Chili's channel, and on here, Rebecca would pretend to be Tito's girlfriend. She ended up appearing in a lot of Chili's vlogs, over 20 to be exact. But shortly after all of the SML drama broke loose in 2020, she stopped appearing on anything SML related altogether. But what's the reason for this? Well, thankfully, she made a video responding to all of this, clearing the air of why she actually departed from SML.
Logan did ask me to delete messages as everything was going on, so that now makes sense why. He's a manipulator, a compulsive liar, and a puppet master, which is what I've called him before, so it makes perfect sense. I have messages stating from Chili saying how, oh, we only want to pay you X amount for vlogs, is this okay? Because we don't want you to arrive here and ask for more. So it's bizarre and mind-blowing to me on these crazy numbers, on 60,000, 40,000, though however much money you guys are saying was made and what was given.
Rebecca seems to have had a pretty peaceful departure from SML, but whatever happened to Luke, who's actually Zeke's brother? He joined SML at the exact same time as Zeke, helping out with a lot of the side characters in the Mario and Luigi Stupid and Dumb Adventure series. Luke ended up having the same fallout as Zeke, not appearing in videos anymore as soon as they moved to Colorado. But unlike Zeke, nothing is really known about Luke, so much so to the point where there isn't even anything written about him on the SML wiki. But what about JR, the guy who was waiting in line with Braxton in SML movie Meeting Charlie? JR is actually someone who worked as a bodyguard at the place they were holding Charlie's meet and greet in the episode. But because Logan liked his personality, he decided to make him a one-time character in the video. But unfortunately after this, he never appeared again. But people really liked this guy, including myself. Whoever that guy was, he's hilarious, and his acting fits in perfectly for the SML theme. I like these two new characters. I think they have awesome potential for more appearances in the show. Looks like Braxton found a new best friend. So if Logan or any other SML cast member is watching this, please try and get JR back in more videos. But what happened to Noah Jowers? One of Logan's friends who filmed with SML from 2011 to 2013. His first video he ever filmed was SML movie Stuck in a Tree. And interestingly enough, he actually played Brooklyn Guy before Pablo took over 3 years later. But this was short-lived because Noah only ended up voicing him for one video, and then literally never appeared again. So it seems that Noah really wasn't the right fit for the channel. But thankfully, it looks like Noah and Logan are still good friends to this day, with Logan inviting him to a Monopoly game in a vlog from 2018.
I don't have that many friends. Let me call Noah. He's about to say no. We're about to get our first no.
Really?
From Noah. Oh, God. It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a sad no, too. He's gonna be like, you know, buddy, no.
Alright,
Yeah!
I'm like, bro, I don't understand what you're trying to say. I thought he was trying to come up on a job or something. I was like,
But what happened to Donald Rodriguez, who used to work in the gas station that characters in the SML world went to? His debut episode was Bowser Jr.'s Candy Bar in 2015, and he ended up appearing on and off in videos all the way until 2019, when he stopped appearing altogether. And my theory is that he lost his job due to COVID in 2020, and SML couldn't find him working at the gas station anymore. Logan has indirectly mentioned him in a vlog, confirming that he doesn't work at this gas station, meaning they can't film in there anymore, because Logan would pay Donald $100 every time they went there to let him film. But fortunately, SML has recently built their own gas station set they can film in and not have to worry about loud noises or any public distractions. Donald isn't a part of the SML cast anymore. However, there is someone who was offered a job at SML who was almost hired. And if he was, SML definitely would have been canceled.
Logan 30 Acre. Super Mario Logan. Let me go ahead and expose this fraud fake friend.
In February of 2017, the one and only EDP445 wasn't in a great financial situation, but thankfully, his good friend Logan 30 Acre wanted to help him out. So on February 5th, Logan decided to fly out EDP to the 2017 Super Bowl. But little did he know, this would lead to a lot of dumb drama.
I'm so appreciative and I'm so grateful, but at the same time, I refuse to get on my hands and knees and kiss your. I refuse to get on my hands and knees and suck He was like, you know what? I want to sign you to a 6-month contract in which you will be doing voice acting for my puppets on my channel. You know, he always fed me this. Oh my God, bro, you have the audience, you have the voice, you have the personality, you know, let's team up. I want to sign you to a 6-month contract, $5,000 a month.
Things were looking up for EDP until after the Super Bowl when Logan decided to stop responding to EDP's messages.
Don't sit back and feed me a fake ass story. I'm over here blowing your phone up. I'm over here blowing your DM on Instagram up. I'm over here blowing your text messaging up. There's like, I hate a.
But honestly, it's a good thing that Logan never ended up hiring EDP, because just 4 years later, he would be involved in the infamous cupcake incident. Logan's poor decision-making actually saved him in the long run. EDP445 probably would have voiced Mr. Winkle if Logan ended up hiring him. But we haven't even scratched the surface yet on all of the dark and disturbing things that go on behind the scenes at SML. Like the 7 specific cast members who have been arrested. And one of these cast members even had to pay millions of dollars for their crimes. But who better to start with for this than Lavelle? Lavelle is one of the most loved SML cast members, with people liking his chill personality and his characters like Chef Pee-Pee and Joseph. However, behind the scenes, Lavelle has faced personal challenges that eventually led to his encounters with the law. 2017 was particularly a rough year for Lavelle. His first unfortunate encounter with the law came in the form of 3 different arrests for cannabis possession within only the first half of the year. Bear in mind, at that time, cannabis laws were far stricter than they are today, especially in certain states. These arrests were not taken lightly, and the legal consequences were significant. The total amount it would cost to bail Lavelle out for these charges was a staggering $9,500, an amount that would strain anyone's bank account. But unfortunately, later in the same year, Lavelle's troubles escalated when he was arrested for a DUI, aka drunk driving. This incident not only resulted in jail time, but also added to the mounting challenges that Lavelle was facing at the time. But interestingly enough, according to his song Death of Me, Lavelle owned a 2016 Dodge Challenger, a powerful and expensive car that he wrecked in 2017. The accident led to him losing his driver's license, and many speculate that this event was directly tied to his DUI arrest. Lavelle's final known arrest came in 2019, this time for a violation of probation. Probation violations can occur for a variety of reasons, such as failing drug tests, missing court appointments, or not complying with terms set by the court. While the exact details of his violation aren't publicly known, it's clear that this arrest was a serious setback for Lavelle. It's worth noting that probation violations can carry severe consequences, including extended jail time, which may have motivated Lavelle to make significant changes in his life. But by this point, Lavelle has already faced multiple legal challenges, and this arrest likely served as a wake-up call for Lavelle, because after this, he had no further complications with the law. However, his life took a positive turn when on February 9th, 2023, Lavelle had his first kid. This new responsibility seemed to solidify his commitment with staying on the right path, as he focused on providing a stable future for his child. And funnily enough, they even mentioned this in a video.
Where's Joseph?
He had a baby.
What? He's just a kid. What?
He'll be back soon, so I thought we needed a 3rd friend, so I invited Tyler over.
And judging by the fact that Lavelle hasn't been arrested for over 5 years now, it's safe to say that he's changed his ways. But I can't say the same about this next SML crew member, and their crimes are so ridiculous that they sound like they're straight out of a cartoon. JJ, aka Julian Jimenez, who is best known for appearing in Chili's vlogs, had his first run-in with the law when he was just 18 years old, and he was charged with discharging a firearm in a public space, a serious offense that would immediately put him in the radar of law enforcement. And unfortunately for JJ, this was followed by an additional charge for possession of an unregistered weapon. To make matters even worse, JJ was also charged with a possession of cannabis, a charge that, while less severe than others, still quickly added to the list of growing offenses. Much like in Lavelle's case, the consequences of these actions were immediate immediate and harsh. JJ was fined $6,000 for his misdemeanors, a significant amount for someone so young. This early incident set the stage for what would become a troubling pattern of behavior. JJ's next arrest was far more serious and involved a string of charges that would probably shock most of you. In 2019, just 2 months after his first violation, JJ got charged again for aggravated assault, battery, weapon offense, robbery, home invasion, and intimidation. The severity of these charges resulted in an astronomical fine of a $1.1 million, an amount that few individuals could ever hope to pay. He obviously served some jail time for this, as a very small percent of the population is able to pay that fine. The nature of these charges led many fans to speculate that JJ has fallen in with the wrong crowd. It's hard to believe that the guy who 1 year prior got pranked on Chili's channel and got cheese on his would later commit a variety of very serious crimes. At just 18 years old, he was navigating a world of adult consequences, and some believe that his involvement in such serious crimes may have been influenced by external factors, such as peer pressure or even substance abuse. While there has been speculation that JJ may have struggled with more than just cannabis, these claims remained unconfirmed and should be taken as rumors rather than facts. But JJ isn't the only member of his family to be arrested. Chili's one and only arrest occurred in March of 2021, and while it wasn't as severe as the charges faced by the other members of the cast, it's still worth noting as it adds to the family's very complicated history with the law. Chili's arrest was for contempt of court, a charge that typically arises when someone fails to comply with a court order or shows disrespect towards a court's authority. In her case, the details surrounding the incident remain somewhat private, but it resulted in a $500 fine. Continuing with Chili's family, we have yet another family member who got arrested, this time being her dad, Minely Jimenez. While he's often seen in Chili's vlogs as a supporting and loving father, his legal history reveals a more complicated side to his life. Minely's first known arrest occurred in 2011, when he was charged with battery, which involves the intentional use of force against another person, is a serious offense, and Minely was fined $200 for this specific incident. While the identity of the victim of this case was never officially confirmed, some fans have speculated that it may have been Wanda Jimenez, Minely's wife and the mother of Chili and JJ. But Minely's legal troubles didn't end with his first arrest. In 2014 and again in 2019, he was charged with battery once again, and after these charges, he didn't have any more criminal violations besides a small one that happened in July of 2024, when he was charged with trespassing. Trespassing is a less severe offense compared to battery, but it still carries legal consequences. Minely was fined $150 for this incident, but the Jimenez family arrests continue because Chili's mom has also been arrested. Wanda's first arrest occurred in May of 2013, when she was charged with a moving traffic violation and resisting an officer. Moving traffic violations can range from speeding to running a red light, but when combined with resisting an officer, the situation becomes more serious. Resisting an officer typically involves refusing to comply with law enforcement, which can escalate a routine stop into a criminal matter. For these charges, Wanda was fined $1,000 for each violation, totaling up to $2,000. Finally, we're gonna leave the Jimenez family behind and move on to the other two cast members who have been arrested. And the crimes of these two people are by far the most severe ones in this video. Believe it or not, the next culprit is none other than Matthew Reber, Logan and Lance's cousin, aka the voice of Scooter. Matthew's run-in with the law happened in September of 2019, when he was charged for excessively whipping a child so hard that it left bruises. According to Escambell County Sheriff's Office, Matthew Scott Reber, 35, was charged with felony child abuse. The child said he had been whipped because he was bad, according to an arrest report, and complained that he had pain in his back and buttocks. Reber admitted that he whipped the child because he needed discipline. The Escambell County Sheriff's Office arrest report continues, as he stated, "It's not my fault, he bruises easily." According to ECSO, the child had what appeared to be the impression of a belt that started on the right side of his back, extended over the backbone area and towards the left side of his back. along with what appeared to be a slight bruising on his buttocks. The child was transported to the Gulf Coast Kids House for an interview and medical evaluation. The report states that the corporal punishment was excessive due to injuries. Matthew Reber was released from Exuma County Jail on a $2,500 bond. But thankfully, later it was proven that Matthew was framed, so all the charges were dropped, and later he was proven innocent. Finally, some good news in this video, but things aren't gonna be good for long, because Logan's ex-girlfriend Adriana committed her crimes against Logan. Now, many of you probably aren't shocked to see her name here. After all, we already know she isn't exactly the best girlfriend to Logan. Their relationship was filled with drama, and let's just say she isn't winning any Girlfriend of the Year awards. Adriana was charged with battery and destruction of property, but after a couple years passed, the videos of her mentally and physically abusing Logan popped up on the internet, which led some fans to believe that the victim of battery and destruction of property was none other than Logan himself.
She's coming at me with a knife to kill me. She's coming at me with a knife to kill me. 911? No, hey! Hey, Adriana, listen!
Give me my phone. Give me my phone with the video of you trying to save me after splitting my wrist.
Okay, it's not here. Look, here. It's not in my pocket. Look. It's not in my pocket. Here.
Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it?
It's right here.
Where the fuck is it? Did you delete the video?
I did not. Leave. Leave. Absolutely leave. Someone save me. She won't let me drive. She won't let me. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. Stop it.
But that wasn't the only damage done. One of the more costly offenses she committed was breaking Logan's $20,000 Rolex, a Christmas gift that definitely didn't deserve that kind of treatment.
I want you out of my house. For the record, I'm not done. There's the cops going. There's where the cops are going. Oh, here she goes. Being her again. Okay. Adriana, let's all stop. Let's just stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. Let's stop. You know you're going to jail for the rest of your life. Unless you stop. I want you to stop right now. Adriana, you will go to jail for the rest of your life. You know what you just broke? A $20,000 Rolex.
I give you $20,000.
That is destruction of property. You just destroyed a $20,000 Rolex.
Now, in this video so far, we've gone over cast members who have been fired and arrested. But now, let's get into some of the SML controversies that are really obscure. Starting with the SML Patreon, which ended up being a disaster, scamming fans out of thousands of dollars. In 2017, Logan was demonetized and down in the dumps making no money off of YouTube. So he came up with an idea to set up a Patreon page, where he would go on to offer a variety of different rewards for paying a certain amount of money each month, with the first tier being $1 where you would get nothing, and the second tier was $5 for exclusive news and announcements. But he actually delivered on these promises. The problem started when he introduced the third tier for $10 a month, which promised early access to SML videos. The problem with this though is that Logan would upload the videos just 15 minutes before they were uploaded on Patreon. But at least he delivered on this promise, where the same can't be said for these next two tiers, the $50 and the $100 tier. These tiers promise fans to either get a shout out in the description of the video or the video itself if they paid $100. However, despite over 30 fans signing up for the $100 tier, only a lucky few actually got shouted out. But it only gets worse with the next and most expensive tier of the Patreon.
I also had a tier for $500 that if you paid $500, you got any video idea you wanted made. 4 or 5 people paid $500, and then their video idea was, well, I want Jeffy and your characters to watch my channel and say how amazing my channel is and tell everyone to come subscribe to my channel. That's not really a video idea. Imagine SML movie, go subscribe to this guy's channel.
And as you could imagine, this only prompted more outrage from fans. My friend donated $100 for a shout out a long time ago, and so far he's never got it. I'm glad I didn't donate. I'm not even surprised at this point. This is all one big scam. This ended up causing so much backlash for Logan that he had to upload a 15-minute long apology video, where he basically said that a lot of people were scamming him by refunding the money donated to his Patreon, meaning that Logan basically gave them the reward for free. So shortly after this, Logan ended up shutting down the Patreon in late 2017. But there's another SML character that is so controversial, he might as well have a reward for the most YouTube controversies. The character I'm talking about is Doofy the Dragon. And to make it even worse, Doofy the Dragon is now on YouTube Kids and is causing thousands of parents around the world to panic. No, I'm not even kidding. Over the past couple of years, people have started re-uploading old Doofy the Dragon clips from the OG Super Mario Logan channel. And to make it even worse, YouTube is flagging these videos as made for kids, making them appear on the YouTube Kids app. This would quickly cause a ton of concerns for parents, because if you've ever seen Doofy the Dragon, you would know he's anything but family friendly. This prompted one mom to finally speak out on TikTok about what was going on.
Son has been coming into my room anywhere from 9 to 11 o'clock at night, and he's crying, and he gives me a hug, and when I ask him what's wrong, he says, "I just love you."
Then she proceeds to claim the next morning during breakfast, the kid said, quote, "Mom, can you pass away happy so I don't have to off you?"
And I'm like, "What show?" And he said, "The Dragon Show." The what Dragon Show? On what? Because I'm trying to pull it up. And he said on YouTube.
Man, good thing Logan hasn't brought him back, because Doofy would influence kids to do bad things. The Doofy the Dragon situation is crazy. Funniest shit I've ever seen. So, the same character that would get Logan demonetized in 2018, 6 years later in November of 2024 started getting recommended on YouTube Kids. However, they eventually corrected this mistake, but this wasn't Logan's fault or anything. This was just a mistake on YouTube's end. But while SML may not be directly involved in this drama, they are definitely involved with the next drama with GameCube Dude. GameCube Dude used to be an SML reaction channel, but he also had a podcast where he would interview various guests. And in 2017, he contacted one of the SML cast members, Lavelle, to come onto his podcast. GameCube Dude would do this repeatedly, constantly asking him to join his podcast. This got to the point where Lavelle started to get annoyed, but GameCube Dude would go on to just keep contacting him. And after this, Lavelle had enough. So he called GameCube Dude on an Instagram live stream and told him that he wasn't allowed to react to SML anymore, telling him to delete every SML reaction that he's ever posted. And after a while of screaming back and forth at each other over the phone, GameCube Dude privated almost everything on his channel. But unfortunately, his argument with Lavelle has now disappeared from the internet. But before GameCube Dude could completely vanish from YouTube, he would post one last time. "Today is the day I give up on Super Mario Logan. The community is cancer because of Jeffy, and the creator has become too sensitive." At this time, Jeffy was universally hated by old fans, so Logan decided to play into it a little bit and have some fun. In 2017, Logan got completely demonetized by YouTube, so after a while of trying a variety of different things, he made a deal with YouTube that if he got his ads back on the Super Mario Logan channel, he would burn the Jeffy puppet and kill him off forever. And this actually ended up happening, when on August 31st, he got his ads back on the channel, which came as a complete shock to everyone. However, when it was time for Logan to hold up his end of the bargain, he said in a vlog that he wasn't gonna burn Jeffy because he gave YouTube a deadline of July 20th, and they didn't give him his ads back in time. But let's be honest here, was he ever gonna burn Jeffy anyways? He makes Logan way too much money.
So they have until July 20th. So you see, guys, I clearly said that I was giving YouTube until July 20th to give me my ads back. And I did not get my ads back till August 31st. So no deal.
But you can't talk about greed without talking about Super Bam Inc., which is a company that Logan hired to copyright his content on YouTube. If you don't already know, in the summer of 2023, SML marathon videos were pulling millions upon millions of views. And someone, who will keep anonymous for this video, ended up reporting it to Anthony, who is one of the main SML cast members, which caused Anthony to talk to Logan's manager Wendy about the problem. Once she learned about how much money these compilations of SML videos were making, she decided to take action and hire a company called Super Bam Inc. to hold copyright of Logan's videos. Now, what this company does is it will search through every single video on YouTube, and if they find one using any of SML's content, a bot will automatically give it a claim, meaning Logan is now making money off of the re-uploaded SML content, which you think would fix the problem of SML marathon videos existing, right? Well, no, because believe it or not, it actually did nothing to the people making SML marathon marathon videos. In fact, it only affected smaller content creators who were just doing innocent reaction videos.
All my other reactions are probably gonna get hit.
All these ones, all of them, all these ones are Super Incorporated. They gotta keep going, man. They gotta keep going. 200, is that not enough? Like, goddamn, please, stop.
The guys who make these marathon videos stealing Logan's content have gotten smart. So smart to the point where they put their own copyrighted music at the end of the 3-hour-long marathon. And then they get to claim it, claiming all of the ad revenue on the video. Super Bam has even gotten so bad to the point where it affects some of my videos on this channel. So please subscribe because I've already lost a ton of money due to these claims. But whatever happened to Froggy Company, who, if you didn't know, Froggy Company was a massive inspiration for Logan when he was starting the channel in 2007. Logan would later become friends with Froggy Company, giving him pointers and advice on what characters to use. But this would all backfire a few years later when Super Mario Logan actually started seeing some success on YouTube. And this made Froggy Company reach back out to Logan and demand that he pays him all the money that the Super Mario Logan channel has made. And that's not even the worst part, because he even demanded the password for the channel. Froggy Company wanted his entire channel, just because of a few bits of advice. And when Logan obviously turned down Froggy Company, he decided to start making hate YouTube poop videos on him, calling him gay and all sorts of stuff. And then when Logan reported him and got his account suspended, people started saying that Logan made him unalive himself, which he obviously didn't do because he then made another account and started hating on him again. Eventually though, he backed off and we haven't heard from him since. But nothing in this video can compare to the SML group chat. This is by far one of the most obscure SML controversies, so let me explain. In late 2019, Logan made a group chat with him and some of his fans who were more than likely underage. Then Tito allegedly proceeded to post inappropriate pictures of him in a strip club, which is actually considered a federal crime. Chili was also in this group chat and responded to Tito saying she wasn't angry, but worried about all the women that have been exposed without their permission. Personally, I would have been more focused on the children who had to see that and how bad this would look for Logan. And what's crazy is that we never even knew about this until a couple years ago in 2023, when a Twitter user named Mr. Mason II brought up the incident while responding to a tweet about the cheating allegations. After that, a guy named Baby Lamb Creations on Twitter responded to this and posted the evidence on YouTube, which is now deleted. And this caused outrage. There was a whole hashtag on Twitter called Down with SML. People were calling Logan a PDF file and mass unsubscribing from his channel, and he would have gotten canceled if it wasn't only for a small handful of people knowing about it. But these SML controversies aren't the only thing that only a small number of people know about. There are actually a lot of things, ranging from unreleased SML videos, scrapped ideas, and deleted videos that are super obscure. And we're gonna cover it all, starting with the Super Mario Logan movie, which was a planned feature-length film SML video that was going to feature every single SML character, including classic characters such as Woody, Tony the Tiger, and Mama Luigi. In the comment section of the 2016 video, Jeffy's Stupid Home Video, a fan suggested Logan made a Super Mario Logan movie, to which he responded he would if he hit 1 million subscribers. And only a few short months later, Logan confirmed this at the end of the video. Junior gets his nose pierced.
But yeah, I'm gonna make a huge 1 million subscriber video, a huge movie for you guys, and then I will have like a thank you video. So, you know, whenever we hit 1 million, I'm trying to rush to get everything ready.
On April 1st, 2017, when Logan was on his vacation in Chicago, Logan uploaded a video called Jeffy's Fun Day, which was originally titled The Super Mario Logan Movie, as an April Fool's Day joke. Then, later on July 1st, a trailer for the movie was uploaded to Chili's channel. However, we all know what happened over the next 5 years. The movie just kept getting pushed back and pushed back to the point where it was supposedly canceled in 2019, according to Chili. Originally, the plot was going to center around Mario and have Nancy as the villain. Nancy hires the Lone Dolphin and Screwball to drive around in an ice cream truck to kidnap Jeffy, but they end up accidentally kidnapping Mario instead, which sounds all too familiar to the plot we had in Jeffy's 18th birthday, which supposedly serves as the replacement for the Super Mario Logan movie, having essentially the same plot. It's kind of sad that the movie was teased for quite literally half a decade and then got watered down into a 30-minute version of itself, featuring way less characters. But I'm just happy that we got anything at all because the movie was already in development hell, with the cease and desist letter and the fallout with the voice actor of Mama Luigi, Zeke. But whatever happened to the scrapped video, Jeffy's Secret Room? And what happened to this video is an unfortunate story, because this video was fully filmed, only for Logan to find out about the Nintendo cease and desist letter while editing. This video contained the Mario plushies, so he decided to just scrap the video entirely. Unfortunately, Logan couldn't just refilm the video with the human puppets, as this video was filmed away from the SML house in the Sweet Escape Mansion in Orlando. Not all hope for this video is lost, however, as Lance uploaded the behind the scenes for Jeffy's Secret Room on his channel despite the video being scrapped. And honestly, I'm pretty sad that we didn't get to see this video. I think it would have been really cool. But what happened to Game Night 8? Which was gonna be the 8th installment of the Game Night series. And no, I'm not talking about the one that got uploaded a few months ago on the new SML channel. What I'm talking about is an old, unreleased version with the plushies. This video was actually supposed to be uploaded to Super Luigi Logan back in July of 2019, but it was never made public. Super Luigi Logan was in the process of being completely demonetized at the time, and Game Night 8 supposedly had a metric ton of swearing and inappropriate content, including an 18+ board game made for girls. But now that SML has been hit with the cease and desist letter, this video will unfortunately never see the light of day. In one of Chili's vlogs at that time, Logan showed the video on his YouTube dashboard simply titled Funny. But what about Goodman's House? Which is another unreleased video that was planned to come out around the same time as Game Night 8. This video would have supposedly had Junior visit Richard and Goodman at their house. And the reason for the video being unreleased, just like Game Night 8, is that the video had a lot of inappropriate content, and Super Luigi Logan was in the process of getting demonetized. Logan has talked about this video a lot, and he seems to be really upset that this video couldn't be released.
There's a couple videos we've shot and never got uploaded. Like we've already did Goodman's House 2 years ago. We did Richard's House 2 years ago, but had so much cussing in it, we got demonetized before I could upload it. Believe it or not, there was a new Game Night we filmed a year and a half ago.
Oh my god, it was so funny too.
I still have it. I still have
no way to get uploaded.
There was a Game Night. It was right before Super Luigi Logan got demonetized. We did Goodman's House and we did a new Game Night.
Besides Logan mentioning the video, the only proof we have of it existing is this picture of Junior and Richard standing in front of a bathtub of money that was posted to Logan's Instagram back in July of 2019. This video seems to have been replaced by the 2022 video, The Life of Goodman. But what happened to the video Bowser Jr. meets Smash Mouth? Back in October of 2016, Logan posted a short 14-second clip of Junior front row at a Smash Mouth concert, singing the song All-Star, with Smash Mouth's lead singer Steve Harwell. This clip was actually teased for an upcoming video called Bowser Jr. Meets Smash Mouth, where Junior, Joseph, and Cody meet Steve Harwell and do various activities. Honestly, I have no idea what they would have done for this video. The reason for this video never seeing the light of day is Logan needing to purchase a very expensive license for Steve and the Smash Mouth music to be in the video, which there is no way that Logan was paying. The 14-second clip was posted to Logan's Instagram and was later archived and posted to the Laughbox TV channel. Also, rest in peace, Steve Harwell. But what happened to the video Jeffy Runs Away, which is another unreleased video where, well, Jeffy runs away. The plot of this video was supposedly repurposed into Jeffy's Big Mess. There's no known footage of this video on the internet to my knowledge. The only proof of its existence is this video on Lance's channel where he shows some of the behind the scenes while filming the video. But now, we're on to the scrapped SML ideas that were heavily talked about by Logan and teased to the fans, but something went wrong in production so they were never fully made. Starting with the most interesting one, Precious's superpowers. In August of 2019, Logan released a video called Precious's Pillow Fort, and for those who don't know, Precious is Logan's childhood cat that passed away in 2021. The Precious's Pillow Fort video was pretty much just made as a joke, and it wasn't that serious of a video, but for some reason it absolutely blew up and reached the trending page. Actually, it didn't just reach the trending page, it was #1 on trending not even a day after it was posted. A couple days after the Precious's Pillow Fort video was posted, Chili posted a vlog called 100K likes for SML SML movie Precious the Rapper, to where the video got over 100,000 likes in just a day. Following the promise, Logan uploaded Precious the Rapper a few weeks later, which also somehow trended #1. Chili posted behind the scenes for Precious the Rapper on the same day. However, she titled the behind the scenes on that video 500k likes for SML movie Precious's superpowers. And against all odds, the video only got 600,000 views. I highly doubt any of Precious's superpowers was filmed, or even brainstormed. I'm almost 100% certain that Precious's superpowers was only a joke made by Logan and Chili trying to find out how much they can milk the Precious situation. But hey, it's a pretty funny story. But whatever happened to the video Chef Pee Pee Goes to New York, which is a scrapped video that was supposedly brought up by Logan during one of WH Dude's SML live streams. This video would have had Chef Pee Pee sneak off into New York to get some time away from Bowser and Jr., and an unknown character would have supposedly recognized Chef Pee Pee and threatened to turn him into Bowser if he didn't beat him in a race? What? Chef Pee Pee wins the race, but the unknown character tells Bowser about Chef Pee Pee's whereabouts anyways. And finally, Chef Pee Pee would return back home to the beating of a lifetime. Not much else is known about this video, but there was a photo taken on Logan's Instagram supposedly during the filming of Chef Pee Pee Goes to New York, showing Jr. talking to Felipe in a restaurant. But why was Jr. also in New York if it was Chef Pee Pee trying to get away? Apparently, this video was replaced many years later with Chef Pee Pee Goes to Hollywood, which I can definitely see because the plots are pretty similar. But what about the swear jar, which is an unreleased video that was planned to be released in December of 2017. If you don't remember, at this time, the Super Mario Logan channel was getting completely screwed by YouTube, demonetizing almost every single video on the channel. In this time of uncertainty for the channel, Logan thought it'd be a great idea to post a video of Jeffy saying the most cuss words in a single video ever. Trying to get Jeffy, Mario and Rosalina would give Jeffy a swear jar, and anytime Jeffy swore, he would have to put money in the jar. And since Jeffy loves money, he proceeds to stop cussing at some point, but not before saying the most cuss words ever said in a single video ever. Logan said this video would have completely ended the character trait of Jeffy swearing when he gets mad. He then planned on releasing the video a few years later, but due to him becoming completely demonetized on the Super Mario Logan and Super Luigi Logan channel, and their new channel Super Bowser Logan being quote family friendly, the video remained unreleased. But what happened to Jeffy's superpowers? The Jeffy Jr. law is if there's a Junior video, it will inevitably have the plot or at least the title recycled into a Jeffy video. Back in 2016, Logan released the video Superpowers, and later released Superpowers 2 in 2017. Both of these videos had Junior and the gang gaining superpowers and doing some stupid things, like flying a kite into a thunderstorm and microwaving themselves in part 2. In a reaction to the video Jeffy's Mistake, Logan said that they would make a Jeffy Superpowers video.
So I'm going to be making a Jeffy's Superpowers video of Pooperman. We just never got around to it.
He's using his superpower right now.
That's his superpower.
However, it's now 2025 and there is still no Jeffy Superpowers video. The main reason for this video not being out today is them not being able to film a scene where Jeffy stops a train and overall the effects being difficult to film.
But definitely Jeffy's Superpowers, I want to do it, but there's a certain scene that you can't predict to get it, and it's dangerous to get it. Anyway, we are eventually going to make the Pooperman video with Jeffy. Here's how dedicated I am and how I am not so cheap when I film my videos. I could give you the Pooperman video tomorrow, but it's gonna be really crappy. Or I can get my vision, and that's what's held us. I've been wanting to do it for almost 2 years, but we haven't done it because there's this train scene that I want. And it involves us going on a train track with an actual train, and that's illegal.
This was supposedly the only known photo while filming, and this might just be me, but for some reason, I find these photos from the filming of unreleased videos to be quite unnerving. I honestly couldn't tell you why. But what about Chef Pee Pee Quits Part 7, which is the cancelled final episode to the Chef Pee Pee Quits series? The plot of this video was never confirmed, but most believe that Chef Pee Pee was gonna become a boxer because Logan said he was looking for a boxing ring for the filming of this video. Not much else is known about this, but but Logan did confirm that it was canceled in one of Lance's vlogs during May of 2020, due to them not filming in the old house anymore. Many believe that D-Money was gonna make an appearance, and possibly bot Chef Pee-Pee, assuming the plot is true. But what about the canceled series Black Yoshi's Family, which was teased at the end of Black Yoshi and the Birds episode 7? The main excuse Logan had for this series not being made is he couldn't find an official Red Yoshi plush. Later, a fan sent Logan an official Red Yoshi plush in one of Chili's fan mail videos, but this was years later, long after the series became extinct on the channel. With the cease and desist letter and Black Yoshi devolving into ya boy Dougie, it's safe to say that the series will never see the light of day. But whatever happened to Luigi's Mansion episode 9, which was intended to be the last part of the Luigi's Mansion series, but it didn't release due to Logan moving out of the old house and into the apartment, and of course because of the death of series videos. Apparently, the plot would have involved Luigi and Bowser bringing Chef Pee-Pee back to life, and they encounter King Boo? Okay, to be honest with you guys, I've never watched the Luigi's Mansion series, which is kind of weird because I really like the Luigi's Mansion games. But what happened? Bowser Jr. goes to the mall, which is well known around the community as an unreleased video, yet very little is known about it. The only information Logan has given out about the video is about how Bowser Jr. would have gotten in trouble at some point and hidden some clothes. Pretty mysterious to say the least, but it's safe to say that no information about this video will be given anytime soon. But now, we're on to the videos that were so bad that Logan literally deleted them from the SML channel, and these 3 videos by far are the most extreme ones. Starting with the most recent one, Cody's Hot Dog Restaurant, which was uploaded January 17th of 2024, where after only a few months of being uploaded, it got hit with demonetization and age restriction, and Logan, having a very bad history with YouTube, having multiple channels demonetized in the past, took the smart route and decided to completely delete this video from the SML channel, which was definitely the correct choice of action.
Suck me. Man, Timmy, business is booming. Timmy, don't choke on the product. What are you doing? Bad Timmy.
And shortly after it was deleted, it was re-uploaded by SML Reuploaded. But what happened to Jeffy's Kids? Jeffy's Kids is an outright disgusting, borderline Elsagate type video that was uploaded in December of 2017. This video heavily contributed to the original SML channel being demonetized, and it had a lot of inappropriate content, like Brooklyn Guy literally eating the Cheerios from Jeffy's Cheerio box and calling it Afterbirth. Mind you, this channel's main audience is children. This video ended up getting age restricted only a couple hours after its release, but Logan was so proud of this video that he re-uploaded it over 3 different times trying to get monetized. Twice on the main channel and once on the Super Mario Logan 2 channel, which he started at the time to post clean, censored versions of his videos. But now, for the most controversial deleted SML video, we have Jeffy's Tantrum. Now, I'm not gonna drag this, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know why this needed to be deleted from the Super Mario Logan channel. It starts off pretty normal, but at one point in the video, Jeffy makes a noose for himself, and, you know, don't do that. However, though, allegedly, a 7-year-old kid tried to copy Jeffy's actions in this video. Now, this was never confirmed to be true, but honestly, I have no idea how they expect a 7-year-old to be able to tie a noose for themselves, especially since Jeffy doesn't show how to do it in the video. This video was the beginning of the end for the channel, as not much longer after that, the Super Mario Logan channel would become completely demonetized. But there are also a lot of deleted scenes from SML that barely anyone knows about. Starting with the most recent one, an SML movie Amber Alert, which seemed like a normal SML video when it was first posted. But things soon changed though, because just a couple hours after it was uploaded, YouTube decided to age restrict the video because of how dark the ending was. And honestly, it kind of makes sense why they would have to cut this out of the video and re-upload it.
What? You killed him, man?
Yeah, I killed the guy, Junior. I killed him. I bit his off.
Whoa.
Yeah, I bit it right off. He put a gun to my head and he told me to suck it, and I just bit right into it.
Jesus.
Yeah, he bled to death right there, Junior. I killed the guy.
That was kind of crazy, but it's still nothing compared to some of these other deleted scenes later in this video. This next deleted scene is an SML movie Jeffy's TikTok, and just by watching this video, you can already tell something's off by the fact that the video isn't even 10 minutes. And we already know Logan tried tries to make SML movies 10 minutes every time to get that bag, which immediately means something went wrong. And that's not even it, because about halfway through the video, there's a weird cut between scenes. And the reason for this is that there was a deleted scene in the video that Logan had to remove with the YouTube editor. This scene had Brooklyn Guy sneaking into Jeffy's room to try to unlock his phone, but he failed miserably, making a massive mess. And the reason Logan had to cut the scene out of the video was because there was a copyright claim on the video, just because Brooklyn Guy was singing the Mission Impossible theme himself. Come on, Brooklyn Guy. First you fail at being sneaky, and then you get the video copyrighted? I'm gonna start calling you Pumpkin Guy.
Dun 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 dun.
It's actually so insane to me that the video got copyrighted because of that. I'm not even gonna lie. Next up is Junior's 11th birthday, where we kind of have a deleted scene. And I say this because the scene is still in the video, but it got cut a lot shorter. And it's the scene where Junior talks to God in his dreams, and God goes on an entire yap session. And the reason this was cut out is because Logan probably thought it was filler.
So now I'm going to show you what the world would look like if you were never born.
Is the world a triangle?
What? Why would it be a triangle?
Because it was a circle when I was born, so maybe before I was born it was a triangle.
Yeah, this somehow goes on for another 2 entire minutes. And they even mention Tom Brady for some reason. Makes sense this didn't make the final cut. The next deleted scene is in the turkey problem. And the story of this one is funny because there was originally supposed to be a scene where Chef Pee-Pee would go and do some very weird stuff to the turkey. And this scene was cut out of the video for very obvious reasons. But it doesn't end there though, because you can still find this clip on the Logan 30 Acre channel to this day.
Don't be shy, baby. It's Pee-Pee you talking to. I told you I'm a man of love, and I got plenty of loving to go around. Yeah, right there, girl. Goddamn.
Chef Pee-Pee, are you in there?
Oh yeah. Hold on just a second. Basting the turkey. Give me a minute.
Why is the turkey in his rim?
I don't know. Chef Pee-Pee, we want the turkey.
Hold on. Just wait a second. Wait your damn turn. Goddamn.
Next up is Jeffy's 20th birthday, and if this video wasn't already disturbing enough, there was supposed to be a scene in the video where Nancy would get a knock on her door and there would be a guy standing there and he would pull out a camcorder and ask her if she was ready to shoot some scenes, which is questionable to say the least. And he even goes on to invite some friends, and I really can't say what happens after this, but yeah, you get the point.
Oh, hey, Reggie. Oh, what's up, baby, with your fine ass? Ooh, I love the leopard pants on you.
That's the only pants I own.
Prepare to get them stained, because I brought the camcorder. You ready to make some content tonight?
Next up is Forsaken, which has a pretty similar story to the deleted scene in Junior's 11th birthday. Because in the scene where Cody walks in with a Stretch Armstrong toy to try to make Junior jealous for some reason, it's pretty short and it ends with Cody just running away crying. But we know about the deleted scene in this video, because this video was made when SML used to do reactions to their own videos. So in this reaction, Logan said that there was actually supposed to be another minute to that scene, but he cut it out of the video because it was just the crew yapping for 60 seconds. Unlike the Junior birthday video though, we can't watch it anymore because it's lost media. So I guess we'll never know what they talked about.
All right, that sounds like a good idea, Joseph.
This scene actually had like another minute to it, and I rough cutted it.
Oh, really?
I just rambled on for no reason.
Oh.
Next up is Junior's 10th birthday, and its original ending actually got changed because in the original ending, Junior was supposed to take a blowtorch and burn a copy of the game Nickelodeon Kart Racers for some reason, but he ended up just burning off SpongeBob's face. And you may be asking why this is an issue. Well, it's actually because around the same time, Steven Hillenburg, the person who created SpongeBob, died, and it would be very insensitive to do that around the time of his death. Logan didn't do this on purpose though, because he explained in a vlog after he posted the video that he had to delete the scene I just talked about because he realized how bad it looked.
Yeah, thank you, Cody, for the blowtorch. That's so cool.
Yeah, now you can burn Nickelodeon Kart Racers.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what it deserves. Don't stop.
So that was the scene. There wasn't, we didn't say anything bad about SpongeBob. It's just the timing and the area that I burned on the case. I was like, oh hell no. I was like, we're not doing that.
But now we're getting on to the more obscure deleted scenes that are a lot harder to find. happened, and a lot less is known about them, starting with the secret door. And this video was actually supposed to have Bowser Jr. in it, because there was a deleted scene where Jr. and Jeffy would call the doctor for some unknown reason, and then Does Bad Things guy would climb out of the window and take Mario hostage. And the reason the scene was scrapped because at the time the secret door was super hyped up, and it even had a release date, but Logan couldn't shoot this scene in time, so he just had to scrap it because he didn't want another Super Mario Logan movie situation on his hands. Next up is Jeffy's kids, and for how bad this video was, you might think that for there to be a deleted scene, it must be the worst thing you've ever laid your eyes on. And you would be right, because in this deleted scene, Jeffy would go on to do very, very weird things to a Cheerio box. Luckily for us though, there is no known footage of the scene anywhere on the internet, so our eyes are saved. The next deleted scene is in the life of Brooklyn guy, and this video was actually supposed to be uploaded on the original Super Mario Logan channel, but as you probably know, this was around the time that Logan was getting demonetized, so he decided to put the video on hold while he worked everything out. But that wasn't a short process, and it took all the way until the Super Bowser Logan channel for him to go through and delete a lot of the scenes with swearing and inappropriate jokes in them, so this video could finally see the light of day, but we have no idea what happened to those deleted scenes. Next up is Bowser Jr.'s Game Night 8, which had a similar story to the one I've just talked about because it was actually fully filmed and unlisted on the Super Luigi Logan channel. But this is around the time where the channel was getting demonetized too, so just like the Brooklyn guy video, Logan had to put it on hold. And this never saw the light of day until just recently, where Logan had to reshoot every scene with the human puppets because of the cease and desist letter. Next up is a deleted scene in Brooklyn Guy the Pet Detective, and just like Jeffy's TikTok, the scene where Brooklyn Guy and Marvin are in the car just has a random cut on it. Like, it's so bad to the point where Marvin's line he's saying just gets cut off. And this is because there was actually a fully filmed scene that Logan trimmed off in the YouTube editor, where Brooklyn Guy would offer Marvin some cat food, and then start singing the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang song at the top of his lungs while driving like a maniac. Honestly, I have no idea why this got deleted, because this would have been so funny to see.
Chitty chitty bang bang,
What's
chitty
the road?
chitty bang, bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, a fine for Fender friend.
What's the road?
Bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, a fine for Fender. Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty bang bang, yeah!
What?
Chitty!
Well, we're here.
Let's get out of the car.
And finally, the last deleted scene is in Junior Goes to Legoland, where in the original video, we just got one short scene of Joseph and Cody on the ride, but Logan actually filmed on the entire ride while talking. And while we were never told why this didn't get put into the video, my guess is because Logan was voicing Joseph and it sounded really uncanny.
I can't believe Junior didn't want to get on this ride.
I'm not even enjoying it.
I'm not even paying attention, it's so bad.
Say blame at the end. Go.
I can't believe Junior's not even...
But now, we're gonna go over what happened to every single missing SML character, starting with Harry. Where did he go? Harry was introduced as a British clone of Cody, and only appeared in 2020. This was because Pooby, the voice actor of Cody, couldn't film because of the cough, and decided to only do FaceTiming for when they filmed. And I guess the SML couldn't survive without the smart friend in the group to balance things out, so they introduced Harry as a character. But when Pooby returned to filming after the cough, Harry was never seen again, which was partially explained in Cody Meets Harry, where Cody won the smart competition by shooting Harry with an invention to make him dumb. After this though, a lot of people still wondered where he went. But 4 years later, we got this fourth wall break.
Dude, when are we gonna kick Cody out of the group?
I don't know. Whatever happened to that hairy guy?
You'll never know.
I'm starting to think Pablo got rid of the hairy puppet.
Yeah, we gotta keep our eyes on him.
And after this, people really started to wonder what happened to Harry. Logan even made a vlog on Chili's channel called Pooby Destroyed Harry, where they speculate that he destroyed the puppet, but the real life reason is they just can't find it. So now we know that Harry's dead. But what happened to Roy, who used to be the coolest kid in school, until PJ Crenshaw took the spotlight? And when people saw how nice PJ was to everyone, unlike Roy, people liked PJ better, which made Roy jealous of PJ Crenshaw, and challenged him to a cool-off. Whoever was the loser would have to leave town and never come back. Unfortunately for Roy, he lost. which meant that Roy had to leave the town of Pensacola, Florida. But before Roy leaves, PJ is nice and gives him the advice to go wherever a girl will pay for him. He says this because Roy's entire character was actually based off of a guy that Logan's girlfriend, Chili, went to the Super Bowl with for free during the whole SML drama that happened in 2020, which kinda makes sense why he got replaced so fast, because the entire reason he was a character was a joke. But where is Roy now? Well, the two major cities that Roy could have gone to are Destin and Gulf Breeze based off distance alone. Gulf Breeze is the closest town next to Pensacola, and because of that, Roy could have gone there, as Pensacola and Gulf Breeze are separated by the 7.3-mile-long Pensacola Bay Bridge. However, because PJ told Roy to go wherever a girl would pay for him, he could have gone to the more wealthy city of Destin, as it's more of a tourist city. Destin would be the best location based off distance and how many tourists would think that Roy is apparently the coolest kid in town. But there's actually another city that he could have gone to, which is Miami, and there's some evidence he might be there, because the Super Bowl he went to for free could have taken place in Miami, which is kind of near Pensacola. Next, what happened to Phoebe? Well, here's her story using as much information as I could out of her few appearances. Phoebe is the biological sister to Jeffy, as she has the same mother, but her dad is different, being Terry, who we see as Nancy's rent collector in Jeffy's 20th birthday. And as we know, Nancy took custody of her kids Jeffy and Phoebe, just so when they turn 18, Nancy can collect the money from her kids that would have been owed by their fathers. All of these events bring us to the year of 2015, where in a flashback for the video Jeffy's sister returns, we see what truly happened to Phoebe, and it's disturbing. And after that, we never saw Phoebe in SML again. But what happened to Woody? This is actually interesting because Woody made a comeback over a 6-year gap of never being in videos, from 2018 all the way to 2024, but he has finally returned and has been in videos lately such as Shrek's Endless Cheesecake, Brooklyn Guy Gets Fired, and Goodman's Bodyguard. So many may wonder, why is he in this video? Well, in one of his most recent appearances, Brooklyn Guy Gets Fired, we get to see the Forgotten Character Dungeon, which is where all of the forgotten, really old characters live, like Woody, Crack Bear, Tony the Tiger, Mr. Pig, and even frickin' Tour Guide Goofy. But another OG character that has also been forgotten is Mama Luigi, whose last appearance was in Toad's Mistake, which is actually a remake of an OG SML video all the way back from 2009. But before we get into why Mama Luigi went missing, you need to know about the actor who played Mama Luigi, Zeke, who started filming with Logan from the beginning of his channel in 2008, and shortly after he joined, they had one of their biggest hits of his series, Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures. But after a couple years of them seeing their first success on YouTube, Zeke had to move to Colorado, which marked the end of Zeke and SML. 8 years later though, when they were full-grown adults, Zeke saw the success of the channel and wanted to give voice acting for SML another try. And to Zeke's surprise, Logan actually agreed. Zeke was finally gonna get the chance to go from his job at a grocery store to a part-time actor for SML. But after filming the Toad's Mistake video, he ended up going back to Colorado, and Logan never invited him back. So I guess things didn't work out for whatever reason. There shouldn't really be anything more to it. But it turns out that actually a bunch of drama came out of this. Zeke went on to go on a podcast with a very notorious member of the SML community, WH Dude, who is known for liking Lolicon, which I really don't want to explain what it is, but just know it is not good. Anyways, on this podcast, Zeke goes on to leak the plot of the entire SML movie and information about the SML crew's lives that they probably would have rather kept private. Personally, if I was Logan, I would not want to be friends with this guy anymore. Next, what happened to Doofy the Dragon, who used to be Junior's favorite TV show? But ever since the demonetization of all of Logan's channels, Doofy the Dragon has never been seen again. His last real appearance was when he went skydiving in Jeffy's energy drink all the way back in 2018. And ever since then, he has really never been used. And I mean, the reason for this is simple. Logan's even said it himself. Doofy the Dragon's entire character is just unaliving himself. so Logan doesn't really want to risk having that in videos, especially after all that's happened to his channel. But there is some good news for Doofy the Dragon though. He has returned in some new videos, kind of. In the series Jeffy Ball Z, Doofy returns as the dragon that grants them wishes for their Dragon Balls. But besides very small cameos, Doofy has not returned to his original antics since 2018. But what happened to Margaret, who if you didn't know is Bowser's mom?
Mommy, give me a hug! Oh my god! Get off of me, you fat ass! Mom, you fed me well!
She appeared a ton in the old House era SML videos, with her debut episode being Bowser's mom. But as time went on, she kind of just appeared in videos less and less, as most fans really didn't care about her. Her last appearance for the longest time was in Jeffy's online school, where she was working on a cam girl site. But ever since then, she has never really been seen, until in 2024 when they posted SML Movie Junior's favorite cereal, where we see her working as a bop. So I guess she's still living her best life. But she is really old, so she'll probably die soon. But staying on the topic of OG SML characters, what happened to Chris the Cucumber? Chris the Cucumber first appeared in Bowser's Salad Rap all the way back in 2013, where his whole personality was giving people random facts, even if they make no sense at all. He appeared in a lot of videos throughout 2013 and 2014, but it quickly came to an end in his final video in 2015 called Chef Pee-Pee Gets Sick. And it's not even like he was killed or anything. SML literally just hasn't used him for almost a decade now. Come on, I know he's copyrighted by VeggieTales, but Logan, you use Woody and Shrek sometimes. Get Chris the Cucumber back in videos. At least one video. Just give him a small cameo. That would make me happy. Lavelle has even mentioned on his YouTube channel in a reaction that he wants Chris the Cucumber to be in more videos. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I really don't remember which reaction on this channel this was mentioned in, but I know I'm not crazy. Let me know in the comments down below if you remember which reaction you said that in. Maybe I'm just crazy. Moving on to the next bit. What happened to Jeffy's biological parents, Nancy and Jacques-Pierre Francois? First, let's talk about Nancy. Nancy's first appearance was in Jeffy's parents back in 2017, where she was revealed to be a horrible, abusive mother to Jeffy. But throughout the years after that, Nancy was never to be seen again. The only thing fans had was the teaser for the SML movie, which had Nancy's voice and heavily hinted that Nancy would be the main villain. But unfortunately, as we all know, the SML movie never truly came out. But things started looking up when she made an appearance in Jeffy's 17th birthday, when Jeffy went to prison for stealing a Taco Bell sign, revealing that Nancy was still after Jeffy. And finally, on Jeffy's 18th birthday, we finally got what was deemed as the long-awaited SML movie, where Nancy kidnaps Jeffy and goes on a big chase in a van around town. But in the heat of the moment, Jeffy shoots Nancy in the head while trying to escape the van, and it blows up. So you would think that she's dead forever, right? But somehow, she came back in Jeffy's 19th birthday, when it was revealed that she actually survived a bullet to the head and even an explosion. But in this episode, she got killed for good. Maybe. Probably not, though. Nancy is pretty much just the William Afton of SML at this point, as she can seemingly just come back at will. Jeffy's dad, similarly, was introduced in Jeffy's parents as a famous painter and then died, leaving his multi-million-dollar fortune to his biological son, Jeffy. This wasn't technically his first appearance, though, as he was seen in videos a few years before, like Bowser Jr.'s painting. But in Jeffy's 18th birthday, it was revealed that he was faking his death just so that his paintings could be worth more money. And since then, he has made a couple cameos in videos. But other than that, he's rarely used. But what happened to all of Jeffy's pets? Starting with Jeffy's dog. My theory is that Jeffy's dog probably passed away because Jeffy didn't take care of his dog properly. For example, in SML movie Jeffy's Bad Dog, Jeffy cleaned his room so that he could get a chocolate cake and accidentally left it on the couch next to his dog. And after Jeffy and Mario return to the kitchen, they see that Jeffy's cake is gone and assume that his dog ate all of it. And if you guys don't know, it is a horrible idea to let your dog eat chocolate because they could get sick and possibly die. So with this, we know that Jeffy's dog is probably dead. But what happened to Jeffy's hamster, Pee-Pee Suck, who first appeared in SML movie Jeffy's Pet? But I actually know where he is because of a vlog on Chili's channel titled What Happened to Jeffy's Hamster, where Chili explained that when she and Logan were out of town, Tito, who is Chili's brother, was in charge of all of their pets. But when Tito let the dogs out, one of them literally ate the hamster. The next pet is Jeffy's tiger, who appeared in SML movie Jeffy's Pet Tiger. And my theory is that the zookeeper had to put the tiger back in the wild, since Joe Exotic, the person who was selling the tigers in the first place, was probably selling them illegally. The next pet is a more recent one, and it's Booger, and he last appeared in SML movie Jeffy's Eggs. There's really not much to say about this one. He's kind of just not been in videos recently. But enough of Jeffy's pets. Let's move on to something more interesting, like Lola. She was first introduced in SML movie The Maid, where she was hired by Bowser to give Chef Pee-Pee some extra help. But she only made one more appearance after this in Chef Pee-Pee's date. And I'm guessing that Lola isn't in videos anymore because the voice actor of her, Rebecca, who is actually Tito's girlfriend, doesn't work with SML anymore. And I think she broke up with Tito. But what happened to Little T, who used to be known as Toad before the whole cease and desist letter thing? Toad was in SML way back in the beginning of the channel in 2007, when Logan first started making videos. And let me tell you, he appeared a lot. When Lavelle joined the channel back in 2010, he picked up the Toad voice. And from there, he became a staple of the SML channel, appearing in over 38 videos in 2014. But in the years after that, he was slowly seen less and less as more popular characters like Jeffy took the spotlight. And SML getting sued was the final nail in the coffin for Toad, because when he became Little T, Logan really didn't want to use him in videos anymore. And it kind of makes sense. He lost all of his personality with him being changed to a puppet, but he still occasionally appears in videos, with the Junior's Big Playtime series being all of his recent appearances. Someone who had a similar fate though was Peach, but by this time they completely abandoned her character when they got the cease and desist letter. Similar to Toad, she was also used a lot at the start of the channel as Mario's girlfriend, but once SML moved into the apartment, they introduced Rosalina, and then they kind of just stopped using Peach. Although, on multiple occasions, Mario has been caught talking to Peach, and Rosalina was not very happy about this. But to be fair, Rosalina can't really be mad because she literally has like 80 ex-boyfriends. But what happened to Chaz and Junior Jr.? They are both kids of Cody, Jr., and Chef Pee-Pee, in a weird, messed up machine in Chef Pee-Pee's kids. And when a parent is unfit for their job to take care of their children, the kids need to find new homes. And typically, when a child is removed from their home, CPS will work to find a suitable place for the child, which could be with their relatives, in foster care, or in a group home. Well, I think that their grandpa, King Strongbottom, could have actually taken Chef Pee-Pee's kids, because it seems that King Strongbottom was always disappointed with Chef Pee-Pee, so now he might just be taking care of Chef Pee-Pee's kids as if they were his own. And it's possible that they actually have a good loving family now. But where did my boy Human Ken go? Not to be confused with the doll version of Ken, who appears with Cody all the time. He's a doll, dude! But I'm talking about the human version of Ken that was created in the Come to Life machine in SML movie Awaken. And in this video, Ken actually becomes straight and leaves town, which really upset Cody. He did return though in SML's recreation of the Barbie movie in the video Starstrucken, but ever since that, he hasn't been seen, and he's probably out there stealing everyone's girls. But what happened to Jeffy's grandparents, Martha and Pappy? They made their debut and last appearance in SML movie Jeffy's Grandparents, and my first theory is that they passed away. And the reason I say this is not to be mean, but they are very old, and they really don't seem to take care of themselves. In the video, you can see that both Martha and Pappy are more worried about their cats than Jeffy and themselves. And they also seemed crazy enough to harm each other, since Jeffy ran away. Who knows what they could have decided to do if they didn't have enough spam for their their cats. My second theory is that both Martha and Pappy could have possibly gotten arrested for murdering their caretakers and feeding them to their cats. Because in SML movie Jeffy's Grandparents, when Martha sees Brooklyn Guy, she proceeds to not let Brooklyn Guy in because he doesn't have a warrant. She mentions that she's had bad experiences with cops in the past entering her house forcefully. But what if she is secretly hiding something in there that she doesn't want Brooklyn Guy to see in the house? Possibly their previous caretakers, which they could have fed to their cats. And if they did have caretakers who ended up dying, the neighbor could have reported them to the police station for suspicious activities. Or maybe just a really bad smell coming from the house. And now they're probably in jail or have passed away in jail. My final theory is that they actually never existed. And this was actually just Jeffy having a really bad nightmare. Because it would be crazy if there were two elderly people unironically wearing pencils in their nose. But maybe they just got those Jeffy genetics. But what happened to Officer Top and Bottom? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Officer Top and Bottom were introduced as a replacement for Brooklyn Guy during the cough cough, similar to how Harry replaced Cody for a short time. But we all know how this goes. Pooby came back and Brooklyn Guy was in videos. And after this, everyone kinda just forgot about these characters. As I mean, they only made 3 appearances, and I don't think anyone actually liked them. But finally, what happened to Scooter? Where he made his final appearance in SML movie Jeffy's Yes Day. And Scooter is actually his clone, not his brother like many people think. Because in SML movie Jeffy's clone, Cody makes a cloning machine. And after Jeffy uses it, another version of Jeffy comes out who would go on to be later known as Scooter. And Scooter never actually lived with Jeffy. He's really just Jeffy's friend who comes over from time to time. And the real life reason for Scooter not appearing in recent videos could be that the voice actor for Scooter, Matthew, really hasn't done much for SML recently. And this is because he has a job, which makes it hard for him to fly out to be in videos. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end, and if you liked this video, I promise you'll also love this video on screen right here.